So I've come to something that looks like another mistake. Now this one's a little bit harder to notice, but see right here how we have this background of purl stitches like that, and then all of a sudden we've got two knit stitches here. So I think what happened was, if we look at the back side, and this may happen to you, that's why I'm making these mistakes on purpose, is that you were purling along, we were purling along, and then we kept purling. Of course, the reverse of a purl stitch is a knit stitch, which is why we have knit stitches right here. You can see they go directly down into the next stitch instead of stopping at that little collar or turtleneck. So those were supposed to be, on the front side, these were supposed to be purl stitches. In order to change these knit stitches back into purl stitches, let's just knit right over, or work right over to them. This one's a purl and it's supposed to be a purl, so let's purl that one. So let's come over here and we can just push these two off. You're going to get pretty good at this by now. Pull that last row out, and this last row was the one where we made a mistake. We did it just on the wrong side coming back here. So this was the row that we had the mistake. Go ahead and put these back on your needle. Tip comes in front to back like that. Get those all the way back on the needle. These need to be purled. So using this little ladder that we just took out, let's purl these stitches instead of knitting them. Move the yarn to the front because we're purling, and go ahead and purl. Continue to move the yarn to the front. Oh, you know what? Actually, let me give you an even better trick. Let's just take this one out. I'm going to take this out and show you something even better. So I could do that. I could just go and re-purl them. But let's say that's a little difficult, especially if you don't knit continental style. Doing it with your right hand trying to get that loop around is going to be hard. So turn your work around. Because we know that the opposite of a purl stitch is a knit stitch, we can easily come and instead of purling these stitches, we could just knit them, right, from the wrong side. So what we can do instead is just move these to the left-hand needle. Let's put that yarn in back now. Let's actually get it entirely all the way in the back because we're going to be knitting, right? There we go. Let's put it in the back, and I'll show you, I'll just remind you because I showed you this before, but here's a little trick to easily re-knit your stitches. Put the loop of your yarn across the tip of that left-hand needle. Using the right-hand needle, just take this stitch and flip it over and off, creating a new knit stitch. Move that to the right needle and do it again. So this way you don't have to purl, you can just re-knit it, put that over there, take this and sort of just flip it over and off, and there we go, two knit stitches. Turning everything back around so we have a right side facing, you see we created two purl stitches easily, and now we can just purl them like they were supposed to. And again, if these look a little stretched out to you, we were messing with them, but this will block out when you block your work. Any little stretching like that will just disappear.